Coach, how do you plan pulling a victory over Virginia?
Not really much different than our previous three. It's more about us than Virginia. So they're a quality opponent, and the next opponent, the focus is still really on how we play and the same formula that's helped us win games so far.
How's Braden Kearsley right now? Is he good to go?
He would be in a similar category. I would put him in the hopeful category also.
Also, Paul hasn't had much of a role this year. Why is that?
Just working, struggling, and competing. We have more depth, and sometimes there's just different areas, not only on or off the field, that have to kind of come together before players emerge and find their role. And he's working on that, doing a nice job. And I don't expect it to be season long. I think he'll find a nice role soon.
Of all the national interviews you're doing more right now. What's the theme, maybe, of the questioning that comes to you right now?
Oh, I think it's one that is more broadly focused on what if a team like BYU, maybe we are the team, ends up being undefeated or ends up leveraging the new system. What do you think will happen? What changes might occur? And so we just happen to be the team being talked about, but it's really in context of what if a team that's a non-Power 5 ends up being there at the end? What will happen? And so it's mostly around that.
Coach, do you like being in that position? Are you okay with that?
It's great exposure, and we've earned it for the first 3 weeks, and we've earned it over the past 10 years. So I think it's well deserved through 3 weeks of this season. That can change in week 4 or week 5 or week 6 or week 7 or week 8. And so we're anxious to play Virginia, and then we'll answer whatever questions come after that.
How much positive feedback are you getting from potential recruits, families, and whatnot because of the exposure and the way the team's playing right now?
It's really just a continuation of the past 3 years of independence. I mean, we're being seen by so many people, and the nice start has certainly helped. We have a lot of momentum going right now.
Coach, how gratifying to see Zach Stout contributing at such a high level after coming back?
Yeah, it's great, and it's a great reminder for us all, fans, media, coaches, anyone, to not write anyone off, to be pulling for them as they battle, as they struggle, and as they work their way back into reaching their goals and aspirations. And so a player that was removed from BYU is now back on scholarship, is now on track to graduation, is a starting player on our football team, and has improved his life through the education that he's received. And so it'd be fun to just have that acknowledged by maybe those that were doubtful along the way.
What do you recall about when he contacted you about coming back? Had you written him off, or how did that?
No, it was from the minute Zach left. It was, how fast can we get him back? This isn't an if, it's just when. And there was a clear deadline. No, a clear destination of this was going to happen, and he was determined for that to happen. But we could not provide much support along the way, and it was just fun to have him say, Coach, I'm endorsed, I passed my classes, I'm anxious to come back, and eager, even knowing I don't have a scholarship. And just his perspective and his growth and maturity is fantastic. And so it's so much is made of when players leave BYU, not much is made when they come back. And that's, I think it's not appropriate.
The school has a passing heritage, but since Robert's come back, you guys are pounding it. I mean, you're among the best running teams the last season and a half. How about the identity mixing with the pass game?
Like it a lot, and we are most effective when we're doing both. And so I love the physical nature. I love running the football. I love knocking people over. I like the grind and the grit and the determination. I also like the ball going over, around, and through opponents through the air also.
How about the deep ball?
That just came. That was not planned. Thank you. Though,
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, that was not planned. That was spontaneous, and that I don't even know what to make of what I just said.
What about the deep ball part of the equation?
Over, around, and through is, I think, the way you say it.
Deep ball hasn't been there yet?
Not to the level that we would like. However, as safeties and others keep inching closer, then chances that happens goes up.
What do you like about Virginia's defense? They've had a lot of success for 3 weeks.
Yeah, opportunistic is a great word, but man, I think their front seven is really skilled. I think they're fast, athletic, tough, and certainly gave us all we could handle a year ago, and most of them are still there.
Do you have any relationship with Coach London at all?
No, just the conversation before the game a year ago, and then in the 2-hour break in between, and then another conversation about an hour into the 2-hour break, and then another one right before we started the game again, and then one after. So that's that one day we've had probably 5 conversations.
Coach, can we go back to the Zach Stout question
Yeah.
quickly? Because Harvey Young has told me on my show that he felt like the family at BYU was a critical part of his life even
Yeah.
to this day. How proud are you of that in your program?
I think, you know, as the role that I'm assuming now in our program, almost my entire focus is on player well-being and making sure that their needs are being met, and it's very fulfilling and it's more fun. I never thought I'd say that in relation to not scheming and doing the strategic part, but I'm having a really good time just building relationships.
You guys were just short of a sellout the other night. Was it, as a coach, is that a little disappointing to not sell out?
Yeah, I was disappointed. It's Thursday night, it's ESPN, and we're playing a really good team. Where is everybody?
You think more people will come?
I hope.
Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, it's Saturday at 1:30, so there's not as many conflicts, I should say.
It's in the afternoon.
Yeah, Saturday at 1:30. So if it's not full, then, man, I'm gonna have my feelings hurt.
Coach, the members of the Rock outside of the stadium were saying that you bought 100 pizzas for them the night before. Tell us about the impact of the students on the games.
I was hoping to keep that anonymous, but I've learned that that's not possible at BYU. We showed up for a walkthrough, and that wasn't planned or organized. I don't know how they found out. Our team was doing a walkthrough at 10 p.m., and there's, I don't know, 100-ish people there, and there's tents and all that. It felt like an amazing college football experience. And I'd just as soon have them sleep out and stay and have a rock concert going as well and make it an event. So I just, in a small way, wanted to show my appreciation and thanks. Never know, it might be a tradition.
Coach, how have you felt about Harvey Jackson's contribution this far?
I like it a lot. It's growing each week. He played really well against Houston, and he's an amazing kid. Really glad he's with us. And humble, thankful, grateful to have another opportunity, which are 3 words that in the world of recruiting right now, it's hard to say about a lot of people. Humble, thankful, and grateful for a chance to come.
What was his recruiting process like?
Man, so Nebraska's athletic director knows our athletic director, Tom Homo, contacted him. Tom then asked me, they have a player, would you be interested? I asked them for film, and then Coach Howell communicated with Harvey, and he came on his visit.
Would Monday night pizza for the media be maybe a tradition worth exploring as well?
You know, once you guys start performing at a little bit higher level, maybe if there's a tent, and you get here a little earlier, then possibly. Yeah. So first tent that I see here, and someone that's really early, maybe getting here in the morning for this evening's interview on Monday, that would be pizzas for everybody. That's a promise.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.